Next matchup, not on our big screen, but it is going to be Texas San Antonio squaring off against Southern Miss, 3 p.m. East. The Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio are minus 8.5 with the total at 52. Texas San Antonio has successfully covered the point spread in 2 out of their last 3. Covers against UTEP and Louisiana Tech during that stretch. Now, the Roadrunners have successfully covered the number in 3 out of their last 4 road games, and they're rushing for nearly $1.90 per contest. Now, running back Sincere McCormick has rushed for 921 yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. McCormick's averaging 5.4 yards per carry, and he's rushing for 102 yards a game. He has been banged up a little bit, but he does look probable for this Saturday. Just keep an eye on him just in case you think about firing on this game. Now, quarterback Frank Harris is also averaging nearly 5 yards a carry, and he's punched it into the end zone 7 times on the ground himself. Now, defensively, this Roadrunner D has certainly done enough to keep their team in ball games. They've given up 28 points or less in 7 out of their last 9 ball games on the season. And the 2 games that actually did go over that number were victories over Texas State and Middle Tennessee. Now, UTSA has gotten to the quarterback 20 times this season defensively, and they have 15 total takeaways. Cornerback Corey Mayfield Jr. has a pair of interceptions from this secondary, 31 total tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery, along with 6 PBUs, certainly lighting up the stat card there. Meanwhile, safety Rashad Wisdom has a pair of interceptions himself, along with 2 forced fumbles, 72 total tackles, and a pick 6. Now, defensive lineman Tremaine Bell leads this defense with 3.5 sacks on the year himself. The Roadrunners have successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6 road games dating back to last season. Now, they are taking on a Southern Miss program who's coming fresh off a 10-7 loss to Western Kentucky. The Eagles have scored just a dozen points a game on average in their last 3 outings. A couple more things I want to take a look at here with you. Southern Miss has dropped 3 out of their last 4 ball games, and they've gone a pitiful 0-5 against the spread in all of their games at home this season. Really bad covering the number at home. And as a matter of fact, they haven't covered a game at home. Now, Southern Miss is averaging just 21 points per contest at home this season. They're also throwing for just 206 yards in the air. The Eagles have just 8 passing touchdowns through 8 games, and their offensive line has given up 20 sacks. The O-line has also struggled to open up some holes for Frank Gore Jr., Frank Gore's son, actually the running back here for Southern Miss. Now, Gore's got just 1 rushing touchdown on the year, and he averages just 65 yards a game. Southern Miss is just 2-6 straight up overall for the season, and they've successfully covered the point spread in just 25% of those ball games. Give me the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners minus 8.5 and the over 52 in that contest. And with that, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is not on our board, I don't believe. Yes, it is. Middle Tennessee State squaring off against Troy, 3:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Troy Trojans are minus 11.5 at home. Totals 59 and a hook. Now, Troy